Unwrap my guitar with me while I give you the best advice for flying with the guitar. From being a film musician for 9 years here, I've been doing this for a long time, and I don't really remember even how many flights I've taken with my guitar, or many of them. I've actually flown with, I think, 5 guitars or something like this. Sometimes they even get their own tickets. So if you fly with a hard case, remember that you have to check it in. But if you do check it in, be really careful that it's actually stable. The guitar is really safe within it, and I usually put even my clothes within it, some socks and whatever, sometimes CDs, merchandise, whatever happens to fit in, to just fill out the space, that doesn't wobble around. It feels so stable and not overly tight. That the guitars just feels like it's just right. It just has to fit. And this one thing I really cannot stress enough, that when you do put it in a hard case, which is usually the case for me, is that you bring it to the bulky luggage. It's said at least that they are more careful if it's in the bulky luggage. But so far, actually, I've been really lucky, and all my guitars were unharmed from any flights. Any damage that happened to them was from me just being not careful enough. Like, just it was kind of weird. I had flown all the way to South Korea and back again for a concert, and just when I arrive home, I take it out of the case and I walk against the door, and there's a dent in it now, but it's cool. It's kind of, well, rock and roll and so on. But I prefer to not treat my guitars like that. But the thing is, when you fly and they're sometimes they just throw them around, and you never know. And also, I would advise to get a newer case than mine, because the handle broke. They were still very careful with it, and even with the broken handle, they were really more maybe even more delicate with it, because it's like they had to carry it with their arms. They couldn't just grab the handle and just throw it around, toss it around. Whenever I really can, I do bring it onto the cabin. And sometimes it's possible, sometimes take it as hand luggage, and then I had to put my other luggage, actual luggage, into the hold. And this work gets kind of tricky, because if you put it in the hand luggage, you really have to be careful, because then you cannot travel with a hard case. And if you do have a hard case, actually, it's good to have a sticker like that. And there's some other smaller tips I have, but I'm running out of time here slowly. Anyway, take care of your guitars, and I keep on rocking.